to not worry about it. Okay. So Flamescroll Boros Copium League. But I don't know. I think the Flamescroll, like, you know, I've been staying away from Boros because I've been feeling like there has been like no good 2-mana card that's good against Nadu and Storm and Living End, and the card quality is not very high, but this is certainly exactly what I asked for. Beautiful hand. I think Assassin's Creed looks pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, it's just like probably lower impact than the average standard set, but it's also just a very small set. Is a Humans deck with Harsh Mentor, Thalia Recruiter, 2014 for Harsh MH3 Modern. No, Humans might actually just be sick. Sinew the Exile Bird. That's like the 2/1 that taps and exiles itself and scries 2, gains 2 life. I thought that card looked like really, really bad, but maybe there's something I missed about it. Like, I just have no idea, like, why you would play it. It's in the Multi-6. Can you bring back Sinner from Exile from Solitude Pitch? Okay, that's something. What is the condition for bringing it back from Exile again? Attack with an unblocked legend. Okay. And does it just come back for 0 mana, or do you? Oh, dude, they didn't take the cat. I drew another cat. You are gonna regret that. Also, the Raptor disrespect. I would like to shout out Ragavan the Nimble Pilferer here. Sideboarding for game 2. Okay, so out come the Flamescroll Celebrants. Against... Yeah, I think we just do this. Against the Rack deck. Can maybe play Harsh Mentor. Can you remember if Selfie plays Bauble or not? Let's just try this for now. So the problem with Sanctifier is that it exiles our Phlage, and so against my plan is to bring in Sanctifier against Nightmare decks, against Prowess, and against Ruby Storm, and just cut the Phlages when I do that. And maybe that's not the best plan, but I think Sanctifier is just like one of these like really incredible sideboard cards at the moment, so I'm just kind of okay with the tension. But that means you don't get it in these kind of matchups where you need your Phlages. Also, it's like Selfie plays like a lot of sweepers and edicts usually. You gotta have Meow Mix advert after that? So funny. Mentor, I mean, yeah, Fetchland, Saga, Baubles. Didn't bring it in. Exile Bird to Phlage and get it back with Phlage attacks. Yeah, sorry, I don't know if anyone said this. What is the condition for bringing the bird back? Does it, if it comes back for 0 mana? If it comes back for 0 mana, after you attack with a creature, it's good. But do you have to cast the card? Am I in the camp of Frog is one of the best MH3 cards? I like Sacred Frog a lot. It's very good. Comes back for free and it's attacking. Okay, the card is interesting then, yeah. Card is, yeah, in a Solitude Phlage deck could be good. Ajani too, Ragavan. Okay. Interesting for sure. Certainly not like really what the format is about at the moment. Yeah, I'm just gonna play Ajani here and not attack into a Bowmaster. Printed 4 mana Lithic Edger. I think it sucks. The blue one? Again, I haven't been looking too close at Assassin's Creed. I've been thinking about on Sunday doing like a YouTube, like people keep wanting like more like updated MH3 YouTube content, but there's a whole ass new set. I feel like if I'm gonna do YouTube, I need to do it for that. I'm gonna cast their first spell. It's an Inquisition of Kozilek. Are you running Flamescroll the main instead of Harshman because of the pump ability? No, because it's also a silence against Ruby Storm. I kind of just want to Nadu my own cat. It's pretty bad against a removal spell, I guess. Yeah, let's maybe just surveil this turn. I don't really want to play I don't really want to play Ocelot Pride into a like obvious sweeper here. Maybe I should Phlage because of the obvious sweeper. I think I'm okay waiting a turn too. How does Harsh Minter affect Titan, the bounce on trigger? No, it's only activated abilities, so it doesn't do a lot against them. And so this card is good against yeah, I think I'm okay to keep another cat here. And then next turn I can go Phlage plus Ocelot Pride. And they make a cat after they sweeper. And I want to use the energy here to kind of force our opponent to use their sweeper here. Animus and basic blue black color is cool. Yeah, I need to reread the Animus. I just haven't like sat down and gone through all the spoilers, which is so funny because usually we're all over everything. Priority cast silence with Revel flip trigger on the stack. Yes, you do. You can also respond after the minus. Beating cat for Phlage Food is good. I just didn't think we're gonna be too low on Phlage Food, but maybe you could be right. Yeah, I'm still not sure why they released Assassin's Creed when they did, but I'm sure it was some kind of contract reason. Well, pretty good here. I'm also missing the adequate energy to Phlage. So I could save the energy to just Phlage next turn. I think we're going to tap this, though. And then this will give me the energy. Are there any actual good cards? I think there's a handful, yeah. I don't think that there are any super good cards. I really like the Boros 3-drop that puts the other equipment into play. I think that card's sick. Beyond that, I don't think there's a ton, though. We do have Galvanic Discharge in the deck. Yeah, I'm sure it was for the Assassin's Creed stuff. I don't know if they maybe they could have pushed up MH3 some, How many permanents do I have? I have 8, so I will have the City Blessing, and because I get the token and then check for City's Blessing. Yeah, a lot of people have been playing Boros and Historic and liking it. It's been nice. The game comes out in November. Oh, it does? Okay, then I don't know. Okay, opponent, you got 2 cards in your hand, and you can attack or not attack with Turok. Alright, chat. We need to get trained better here, but these spots here, this is where I need your help, Twitch chatters. When my opponent has 2 cards in their hand, a Turok, and they are tanking 2 minutes on their turn, this is when you can submit your deck list for review. This is when I would love to look at your brew ideas. Not, when I'm 4-0 on the challenge, not, maybe not any other time, but this is the main time. I want your help. I want your brews. When my opponent goes 2 minutes tank, pass the turn. I need your help off his game to help keep the stream moving. Thank you. Let's go. There we go. Ready, locked and ready to go. Mono red Affinity. Oh, Affinity. Still Overseer is pretty unplayable. I don't really understand the Kozilek. Like, why? I don't know why you play Kozilek over more like Frogmite. Like, you're not playing all the Mirror Enforcers. Okay, my cat. Down. Kaya. Creatures you control. Creature cards. Graveyard to put into exile. Target token as a copy. Dude, okay, Phyrexian Flush. Oh, you don't have. I kind of want to play this card with Ugin's Labyrinth. By the way, the first time I've wanted to play this card. Okay, I'm not this. You're cooking a little too hot, baby. But to me, it seems like maybe you think you could Nourishing Shoal a Worm and then use Kaya. I want to say you can't. That doesn't work. It has to be from battlefield or graveyard, right? At least to my understanding. Yes. How do you submit a list? Like, there's no structure here. My opponent's just taking forever, so I'm just opening the shit from chat. You know what I mean? People want to see a naughty value list. Well, we'll maybe play that today still. Shoal Sword minus for 13. Yeah, I understand that, but like I don't know what the Kai is here, is what I'm saying. But we've done the Shoal Sword thing. I don't think it's great. Better with Soul Spike in your deck. Okay, put back the Phlage. Charles learning cookbook and Merkle running free, Cyclonic Rift, so cookbook trigger is not worth the consideration. I mean, cards being good because like you can discard them to cookbook and then cast a big 7-drop it's not like the most exciting. Like you kind of want your cards to be your 3-mana cards to be better on their own. It's also like Emrakul kind of already does that thing, you know what I mean? And like your main big thing is Emrakul, and it isn't good with Ugin's binding because you like bounce everything you'd want to steal. Okay. And then also when we're playing a match, I'm not going to get to the deck text, but if our opponents start taking again, we will. So they're a Nightmare build. Glad to have all these Sanctifiers in the sideboard. It would be good to just jam the Raptor, but I think I'm going to jam Ajani instead. With the ability to maybe go Raptor, discharge my cat, and then 0. I guess I could do that all in one turn next turn. But also, like, this is, like, just pretty fine. I play Mardu later. We played Mardu in the challenge today. We went 1-2, unfortunately. So I guess I'm, happy to have 3 card advantage spells here. Any rule of thumb for when to use silence effects against Storm? You're going to want to do it in response to Past in Flames. Sometimes you're going to want to do it in response to Wish. You're going to want to do it in response to the Ral ultimating, usually. One of those. So I took the Raptor. I'm playing Boros with DRC and Phlage. Does the Increased Tension push me out of Sanctifier? You need to. Your deck might actually be pretty okay at getting Delirium, even through your own Sanctifier, because like Ajani goes to the yard, Bauble still goes to the yard. But you will have to, double check. Is it possible to combine Eldrazi Woodland with Witch's Cottage package? Seem very, very, very different decks, so probably not. You can't play Eldrazi and Witch's Cottage in the same deck, I think, either, probably. Okay, so another Discharge. Mingu's Martyr List. I haven't seen Mingu's Martyr List. I'd love to take a look if you want to link it. Let's loot away just the Ajani for now. Does my opponent have untapped 4th land for the Phlage? Has to be, oh sorry, it could be red or white source. Wizard. Wizard Nut is pretty cool. But again, I know we're still learning our training here. I really I want to see deck lists when our opponents are playing really slow and tanking a lot and there's not anything going on. That's what I really want to see the deck list, but not in the middle of the game so much. But it's okay. We are getting better. We are improving. But I do want to look at Mingu's list. Okay, my hand is pretty good, so thankfully I don't need to loot anything away. If they... Oh, they targeted me. Okay. So I might just do the Fable thing if they brick on their Phlage again. Okay, and then we have Static Prison for the Phlage. It's nice. Thank you, bro. So Mingu's Take Up Mardu is playing the scam stuff. So these decks have been around for a while. I feel somewhat confidently that Nethergoyf is maybe better than Guide of Souls, although I guess with Mingu's build, Mingu's more in on the Solitude, so white card count maybe matters. But there's a lot of, we've gone really deep in the hole on Mardu in general, but I think these lists are doing well in general. Jarvis, thanks for the raid. Hope you're doing well. Congrats to Mingo on the trophy. We also trophied with Mardu yesterday. It's kind of funny. My opponent's Stitcher Suppliers here. My opponent's, playing against Mardu net right now. Just a lot of ways to build these decks. Okay, I'm going to attack. Yeah, it looks at the challenge winning list too. Mingo City Hated Guide. Yeah, that was my big thing about those lists, is that I think Nethergoyf is at least better than Guide. I think Guide is very bad in those decks. Like Guide needs to be in a deck like this, or like the Collector's Cage deck. Blah blah blah. And so if my opponent cracks a fetch, I'll silence. And sorry, where lost my train of thought again. Okay, but they just have an MDFC. So that's kind of where we started yesterday, and we ended up playing DRC Bauble over the scam stuff because that's better with Nethergoyf, it's better with Phlage, and it's better with Ajani. And obviously, scamming is fine. So I can sacrifice these treasures for 2 damage. I think with me having Unstable Amulet, me having Phlages in the deck, I'll just tap these instead. Yeah, Jegantha's also also Arena of Glory plus Jegantha is pretty real too. Okay, so we'll imprison the Phlage. Yeah, I know we can keep this loop going for a bit. It can be kind of a headache. It's probably right. Thought we're getting some concession lag here. The Sorin input work. Yeah, Sorin's okay in those decks. I agree. Also, Ajani's been really, really good, and Ajani's also very good at multiples. Although I guess in Mingu's list, he's got less red permanents. I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to try to keep this going. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it. I think I'm letting it fade because I have to use both treasure tokens to keep the loop going, and then I have to tap 1 more mana. I have to tap 2 more mana to keep the loop going, and then I get to make 2 more 2/2s on their end of turn. Kind of feel like I could just get it back set up with the Fable again and keep all this mana. Could be wrong. Rob to the 13, Steve with the 9. Appreciate you. I also have Jegantha still. I've got a lot going on. I'm gonna discard just the Flamescroll, I guess, since the Galvanic Discharge lets me basically draw a card off the amulet. It pings me for 1. Maybe I should discharge the Bowmaster first, Tom. So kill the Bowmaster. Spend 1 energy down to 3. Tap the amulet, so I have an energy for the prison next turn. Then I'd love to find Ajani here, since they cannot block these cats at all. And maybe I'll just cast the Flamescroll Celebrant. It's pretty good if they draw Nightmare, right? Is Felia playable? Felia is playable. I think to some extent she wants you to have a little bit more interaction. And like a little bit more like flicker effects. And these Flamescroll Celebrants are, you know, very low card quality, but what's nice about them is maybe I should just silence. No, I mean it's like the best top deck is Nightmare. That's just as good against that. Um and like the Celebrant's just like this is like it gives you a lot of game one against Nadu. Not having like just trying to win both sideboard games with your Harsh Mentors is not, I think, a super good strategy against Nadu. So having the game one equity seems really big deal. Oh, I didn't even realize that this. I thought that for some reason the token would exile itself. I didn't even realize I would get to flip my Ajani here. Good to know about that interaction. Yeah, but yeah, Felia plus Fable's, you know, good together. In a more grindy metagame, definitely could play Felia, but Felia is just also like not very good against Nadu, not very good against Ruby. Sorba game against Mardu. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna, you know, let them be the one with Phlage in their deck, and I'm going to bring in my Sanctifiers. We're gonna cut the Celebrants, and we're gonna bring in the 2 hearses, and we can flute on Nightmare, which is good. Maybe I should play third Static Prison instead. Let's do that. I think for some reason I'm feeling like we're gonna trophy this league, and like Flamescroll Celebrant will not be good at all. But to some extent, that's also kind of proof of concept of this deck, where I think Boros is just kind of very good against most things, except for Nadu, Ruby, Storm, and Living End, which are the best decks. And so the equity is pretty nice. Betrayed Felly and Flametongue Yearling? No. I've barely ever played Yearling in Modern, but it's kind of cool.
You want some lunch or not yet?
I just want, like, do we have any, like, more matchas?
Matchas?
Yeah, or sorry, yerba mates. Sorry, I always mix up that word. Mono green Eldrazi's look the best for me. I think that deck's pretty good. Well, I guess I'm keeping this on the draw since my hand is basic mountain. I'm going to. Thank you. Put back the Sanctifier.
I don't need food. I just need more caffeine.
Mm-hmm. Caffeine and cigarettes. Oh, I also boarded out. Oh, I guess I still have the Fables. So I do still have some 3s to hit off the Raptors.
You don't want a protein bar or anything?
I'm okay. I'm good. Thank you. It's kind of good if they grief scam me. We can break it up. Weird. Thinking 1/6. Could probably cut a land for channel. You could also cut 4th Elvish Pioneer. Wait, is Elvish Pioneers legal and timeless? Land. Chat. Is this also deck tech time? I'll look at one deck. Should probably have not boarded in either of these cards. Maybe it gets Amulet's okay. Alright. Polymorph Bandit gets one deck here. Okay, humans. Cool. It's a lot of Sylvan Safekeepers. You would definitely play the 4th Mariner over the 2nd Safekeeper, I would think. I'll give me Grace a copy. Oh, that card's, yeah. That card's way better. I kind of hate the Adelines. Let's go, baby. All right, we're catching back up. We're gonna hit a Fable off of our Amped Raptor. I'll take a hearse. Did you select Ruby Sword, Green Cyber, some white? No, I think you should play Static Prison. I'm unsure about Phlage. You should also definitely have a Harsh Mentor as a recruiter target. Searching one land for channel. Yeah, you can also cut like one of the big colorless cards kind of easy. Probably an Emrakul. Don't need 8 necessarily. Oh, I guess if doing that and adding channel is probably not optimal in retrospect. Yeah, my opponent's only got 1 card in their hand. Oh, it costs 3 mana? Dang it. Curse you, Disruptor. I guess I could have prisoned the flute first. Two cards in their hand. Alright, open one. Cool. Probably play 4 more fetch lands over the Copperline Gorges in your Wrenn and 6 deck. I would also not play Grape Shot when you have Unstable Amulet. Seems unnecessary. Looks good though. Don't think I need to use the bolt still. I would assume Discharge is overheated in that deck because of the hold on. I think I'm gonna go Prison Amulet. I would assume it's in there so that they can activate their amulets sometimes, extra times. No, Saga seems weird. Yeah, Saga kind of sucks. Kind of. Start attacking with the hearse, probably starting next turn. I'm a little bit scared of an Ephemerate. I kind of don't want to cast my Galvanic Discharge here. Taking 6 is a lot. I guess it's a little too much. Sorry, I should have already cast the Discharge then. Oh, never mind. Forgot that we settled on only 1 mountain. Almost played 2 mountains. Okay, gotta kill that one. So, I mean, I'm gonna go with Ajani 2 removal spells this turn. But am I gonna kill my own cat? So I can go Bolt Harsh Mentor, Ajani, kill my own cat, make another cat, kill one of these, and then I have 2 blockers, Ajani at 3 loyalty. So my Ajani barely lives, but it does live. I'm on board. Flip the Johnny's just so good. Oh, sorry. Why do I think I had 2 blockers? Oh my gosh. No! It's just throwing. Sorry. Shame concede. I don't know what happened. Just spasmed. Too many deck techs. A lot of times when I make one misclick or one mistake, I like it cascades into a second one. I panic. I don't understand this one. 6 looks very bad in the deck with like with no rings. I don't understand the Ashiok's. They don't get it. Microspawn without Eldrazi Temple is pretty bad. Just throwing, yeah. Throwing a pretty dang winnable game. Just 4 color. I'm pretty 4 color with 2 Nadus. 2 Nadus. I don't like Nadu. Just like I'm gonna ping my own thing and trigger Nadu is like it's not a very good card. Not a big fan of that one. Am I doing free deck text? I'm just like kind of clicking on links, but it's not much more than me just glancing at stuff and giving a couple of impressions. Proof of concept. This, a good buzzword. Oh, I just wanted to read the Animus. Oh, this is okay. This one is like just bad Dermotaxi, right? Or Dermotaxi better. Instep exile one legendary card from graveyard memory counter until your next turn. Target legendary becomes a copy. I mean, it's just like, let's not play less than 4 Goryo's Vengeances when a card is so much better than the Animus. Yeah, more like free deck roasts. But I do love the buzzword though. Proof of concept. Very, very. I got the click. There's Ajani. So I like being able to static prison the Cat Warrior without getting rid of it and having the free extra 2 energy. Trying something compelling alternative to buying Ragavan Bowmaster Shadow. I'm pretty sure I like built this deck and streamed this deck. So I don't know if you're just asking for an update, but here's your build. Your build's maybe better because it's playing DRC Bauble. Yeah. Been there. My own Ajani, huh? You don't feel like using Ashiok and Dredge Loam to take advantage of 6 is any good? No, not in this metagame. Not in this metagame. But Life from the Loam is a bad modern card. It is not a good modern card. Like, 6 is just kind of good by itself. If it lives, you attack, you get a land in your hand, you get to cast something for your art. That's good. You don't also need Loam, nor even really should you really want extra copies of Loam. But also, I don't even really understand how Ashiok is functioning in this deck, or like Ashiok is also like not super good. I think maybe it's okay against Nadu, but just too slow. This is a format where you're just getting turn 3 killed like constantly. Turn 3 Ashiok just did not. We're not doing it. I'm not sure what I'm doing this turn. I'm gonna say no to this static prison. Then I think I'm going to cast my Ajani and then see what I find off my Raptor. I might static prison the Ajani. I drew a land. I feel like just static prison both tokens and get 4 energy seems pretty dang good. It's pretty bad if they have their flute or if they have an answer to the amulet, but I think I'm on board for this. Weird game. This is a crazy sideboard the end against Nadu. If you can feel like you can cast that card on turn 3, it's pretty good probably. Although if they just have Sylvan Safekeeper. Okay, Supplier not very good against Sanctifier historically. Exiles 2 to... Sorry, only one. Wait, oh wait, well, no, where did this flute come from? Dang it. So I've used all my answers to the flute already. Well, my Ajani's an awesome pickup. Yeah, please put proof of concept in all titles here. Okay, so looking for a Guide of Souls, second Ajani. Alright, this was the one for sure. Maybe I should just attack instead of playing second Ajani right now. Like attack their Ajani, and then they probably just don't even block. But if they do block, then I have backup Ajani. Tough spot for sure. And then now I'm well. Do I kill their Ajani or do I hit them for 6? I think I'm just gonna hit them for 6. Ajani's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy 2-mana creature. It's taken more than 15 years, but Ajani's finally good, yeah. Someone at Wizard really likes our muscular lean-in friend. Millions of Ajanis. Finally the first good one. I guess the Ajani Vengeance pretty iconic. Evoking a Grief, huh? Alright, gives us the GG. Good proof of concept, though. You know you can cascade into living. It was just a proof of concept, though. Lean and Vanguard works well with both the Ajani Ocelot. I'll read it, dude. I mean, we're registering Flamescroll Celebrant, so it's like... Sorry, Lean and Vanguard. Is this... I have no idea what Lean and Vanguard does. 1 mana, 1/1, Cat Soldier. At the beginning of combat turn, if you control 3 more creatures, gets a +1 until end of turn, and you gain 1 life. I don't know. I'm probably just like always gonna play DRC plus Bauble or Ragavan over that card. So like you really just don't need like the cat stuff. You know what I mean? Also, I guess I don't need to do this, but I think maybe new policy. Also, if we have an opponent who takes, you know, a minute to show up, we just let them make the mulligan decision without seeing the hand. But we'll look at some more proof of concepts here. Mono Black Affinity. We played some Mono Black Affinity. Battle Bridge is completely unplayable. Salvage Titan is interesting. Needs another payoff really badly. Cream of the Crop. Creature enters the battlefield under your control. Ugin's Labyrinth pitch Ulamog the Ceaseless Hungers. Interesting. The Graveyard Arena of Glory here. Did I play Mono Black Affinity with the Crab? I played Rakdos with the Crab, and it was not the best Affinity deck that I have built, I think, but Affinity is just a bad deck. It is just like pre-MH3, it's too slow, and it plays no interaction, and it's very easy to be interacted with. It has... These are the problems, and if you can figure out how to somehow solve these problems, you'll be a hero among the Affinity players.
We'll go 5 for Panera.
Okay, well,
You want a half sandwich?
I mean, Allie's did something for dinner for D&D tonight. We're doing it at like 5:30.
Oh.
So I don't
Where at?
here. She's like cooked something. I can't remember what.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm planning on doing. Let's get the amulet down. Could be better to just play this. Might want to silence after I'm like ahead on board. Yeah, 1/2 drop the Chally. Can be tough to play discard decks against combo decks with good top decks. Decks. The backside of Celebrant is just straight time walk. It is, brother, I tell you what. So I can Phlage the Seer, and then after I take my Static Prison, Phlage the Seer, and get in with my first strikers. Or I could just hit them, and it's the same. But this gives them the opportunity to mess up, I guess. Calibrate Blast with Ugin's Lab. I mean, it's pretty cool, but the problem is it's like you deal 15 damage on turn 3, and on turn 2, and then like on turn 4, you're trying to finish your opponent off, but you're just too slow. Oh, they left me with the Static Prison? So I can go Aether Hub this turn, and I can cast a Flamescroll Celebrant. I can also silence my opponent. I have, how many opponents? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess I'll cast this so I get the extra token. But I was thinking of hasting Jegantha with the Arena of Glory next turn, which has honestly come up way more often than hasting a Phlage, by the way. Oh, they have Tron. And they have all his dust? Well, that was bad for me. Explains why they took the Phlage, huh? Well. Am I at... How many Elegant Parlors did I end up on? Just one. Okay. They put the Ulamog in their hand. Vanilla 5-5. I mean, it could be a hasty 5-5 with Arena of Glory. Okay. Ulamog, Ceaseless Hunger, still doing work. I'm going to bring in my Damping Spheres. My Flute. I'm going to cut the Celebrants. I want to go down a Phlage. Static Prison seems okay. Not really that in the Harshman door. Probably just doing this. Clicking submit. This definitely a matchup that gets worse with the whole Flamescroll thing. I love how you're playing it right now, so it was good. Well, I agree that it's good, or it's been good, but it just like wasn't like playable in the boom bust build. You have enough mount. You have to have a bunch of mountains. So opponent's on a mold 6. I'm on a mold 6. Keep, I think. Not in love. We got a surveil. I'd probably mulligan this on 7 against Tron. I'm playing in Burn for Eidolon and Phlage. Is it good with Eidolon? I mean, I have its moments. You're off White Orchid, Phantom, and Felia. Why this choice exactly? I think Ajani's better than both these cards, and then the White Orchid stuff is good against Tron. But the big problem with Boros again has just been that this archetype is really weak to Phlage and Ruby Storm, and so we're trying Flamescroll as a way to hedge for these decks. Hopefully they don't have a big payoff next turn. Philly's also just kind of been underperforming a little bit. The card's not terrible, but I've not been like particularly impressed by it. Weak to Nadu, not Phlage. Yeah, if I said Phlage, I meant to say not weak to Nadu and Ruby Storm is the problem with this archetype. They devour my Ajani. So Amped Raptor is just an energy generator here, so we'll not prioritize playing it over a Fable in this spot. We can play it next turn and get the energy to tap the amulet again. Give it haste with Arena of Glory. That's not an Allah's Dust. I wonder if they attack here. And I wonder if I want them to attack here. I mean, I think that the most likely way I could win this game is I draw a Phlage for turn, and I loot it away with the Fable and haste it with Arena of Glory. Alright, well. Don't think we're hasting anything now. Or this turn, rather. Kind of hard for them to be too flooded. They just drew 2 extra cards. Might have been good to keep the Guide of Souls, but obviously, or the Ocelot Pride, but I didn't know I was going to draw Guide of Souls, obviously. Maybe attacking was good, so I could play and escape Phlage if I drew it, which is still like the best plan. Maybe beat a Myco Spawn. Their build is pretty cool. Oh. I yield. And 8 pieces. And if your deck just finds Flare of Denial, you're like usually winning these games. Alright, we're here playing Celebrant. Elves is still pretty bad. I don't know if I would say pretty bad. I would say not great. I'd be diplomatic about it. I think I'm gonna. No, we should Ajani so that we can hit a removal spell off Raptor. There's a pretty good chance they're on Nadu though. We get to Celebrant them. I think I can also just jump my Guide of Souls here. I missed the Nadu deck. I think we're gonna play it after this. We've had a lot of. I've been saying all week. I need to like 2 weeks. I need to play the deck on stream. I'll commit. We'll at least play one match of Nadu today. Am I gonna get my Celebrant Bow mastered? Was it -3 ice swing +3 pending? I don't think that was exactly it, but it was pretty close. Because I also got this. I have a subtlety in there now. I don't know. I think I still think Spyglass Siren is better than Ice Fang because it's a 1-drop, which is really important. It just does it's extra ways to trigger Nadu, which you really need. Obviously, not the best card ever. We might get Goryo's Vengeance here. Should the fair version not play a couple Scoot Swarm as a card to speed up its clock? I don't think so. No. Scoot Swarm is not a playable modern card. Don't ever consider putting it in your deck over Springheart Nantuko. Like, just play Springheart Nantuko instead. But you just kind of need stuff to sack to your blue flare. But when playing this deck, I didn't necessarily feel like a faster clock was that important because you just draw a ton of cards and Solitude and Flare of Denial your opponent to death. -1 Felia, -3 Icing, +1 Solitude, +2 Pinning, yeah. And then I think the sideboard's pretty different too. Okay, you are pinged. Roots, huh? Kind of a poor sequencing, I might say, to use your cookbook before casting the roots. Been there. We're keeping this bolt. At the very least, we're flipping the flipping the Ajani. Oh, this is flipping Ajani. Screw I'm not playable. Anyways, it's cost more Unstable Flamescroll Celebrant. And fair. I'd rather cast this one probably. But very valid. I'm literally attacking with it for lethal here. Proof of concept, Kozilek's and ceiling. I'm liking this proof of concept meme. The streams have been so long lately. All of the usual buzzwords have just become so much fun. Every time we discover a new buzzword, it's just like I'm so happy. So I think I'm gonna go cut the Phlages because I'm bringing in the Sanctifiers. Cut these. Want the first flute though. No force endurance or force of vigor or Teferi. The cyber surprising. I thought you would have explored Teferi. I mean, it's just the thing is we already have a ton of 3-drops. So I feel like I'm a little less interested in playing Teferi. I also don't feel like Teferi is particularly good at the moment. So like, you know, there's that too. But maybe we are lacking in like Living End hate. I didn't mean so. Yeah, maybe we should be on like second flute for Living End. Or counter magic. But I think Knight of Autumn is also better than Force of Vigor in this deck because like there's a good amount of burn and like being able to flicker this with Felia and Ephemerate. I think makes it a better sideboard card. I do think the first Teferi in the sideboard is probably pretty nice. Like 2 Flute, 1 Teferi. Is Teferi just okay versus Jeskai and Wizards? I mean, it's good against both those decks, but those decks, I'm not sure. I don't feel like they are like the main things I'm trying to target when I'm building a sideboard at the moment. But like, obviously Teferi is very good against specifically those decks. It's good against Living In, and Living In is popular, but Teferi I think is not good against Nadu or Ruby. Maybe it's okay against Nadu. Could be good, I think. I mean, it's still Teferi. It's totally fine. This is 14. This is 15. We'll see. We'll also play this match. This deck's pretty cool too. Does anything wreck Ruby Storm? I mean, just the more hate cards you play, the better. I mean, I think the green deck that can turn 1 Trinisphere on the draw with Gemstone Caverns. I go not that often, but I think the green Eldrazi deck is gonna be very good against that one in open deck list because you just get to mulligan for Trinisphere. So we're talking about PT prep. That's a good one, maybe. If that's not what we're talking about, then I guess I don't know why we'd be talking about it. Anything for the Harsh Mentors? Well, I just have like Prismatic Endings and Solitudes. Well, I'm at 15 life, now I'm at 0. I didn't think they were on Gorias because they're on Roots. Did I see Haynes tweet about Modern? No. I've not been on Twitter very much lately. What did Haynes say? Does Transfer work in combination with Ruby? Everything costs... You have to spend at least 3 mana on everything still. Oh, diverse. Why you fake drinking? Fake drinking? I'm drinking a yerba mate. It's caffeine. Why are you fake drinking? I got one of these, I guess. I'm not sure if the insinuation is that I'm pretending to drink a beer on stream to be cool, but... I've been plastered on stream enough times to to dodge those allegations, maybe. I don't know. I don't know where Esther got these. It is a little bit weird, yeah. Is that straight plastered on stream? I don't think so. Which is almost definitely for the best. I guess I'm going to Raptor. Not sure about this versus just jamming 2 cats. I think both could be good here. It's a nice hit against the cookbook stuff. Modern is a sweet spot right now. You get to pick your 8 favorite cards from the last 20 years of Magic and combine them with 67 Modern Horizons cards. Purchase for 800 and battle against all kinds of cool strategies. I think it's pretty accurate. I feel a dull sense of numbness and apathy whenever I hear complaints about a lot of Modern Horizons cards being played in Modern, because I've heard this complained about in every possible combination of ways. I've heard I don't think I could even imagine new ways to complain about the density of Modern Horizons cards seeing play. I think it might be impossible for me to see a hot take about the degree to which MH3 card or Modern Horizons cards are played in Modern. I've heard every angle of it, every possible take about Modern Horizons Density of Play. You can play it on Spanish? Yeah, that might be new. So I don't know. Charles accepts. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's possible, I suppose. But I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I just feel a numb sense of apathy. At this point, I have like a defense system built in for the complaint about Modern Horizon sets seeing a lot of play. MH3 Pro Tour is next weekend. Gotta leave this up for Goryo's Emrakul still. You know what card is also seeing a lot of play post MH3? Harshman Tour, baby. MH1 was new experience. MH2 made experience so much worse. MH3 fixed that experience for me. Okay, I appreciate your take. Again, I really liked MH2, but it's okay. It's fine. Thank you for the feedback. Unfortunately, my warm sense of apathy. Did they take a food in response to the mentor? They did, yeah. You can complain, you can have your takes. I encourage you to do so. I just no longer have any thoughts myself. So they discarded Atraxa here. So if I attack Crew the Hearse, we have lethal, right? This is 6 plus 6. But they can sack a food, so I guess we'll just keep it up for Goryo's Emrakul still. We're gonna make 1,000,000 cats here. Is it 14 cats? I think it's 14 cats. Listen, you couldn't do this in Modern Horizons too, I tell you what. Eat your heart out, Ragavan. This card costs 1 mana. Let's get a 4-1 prediction going. Gonna sleep on it some. 1 lander, no lander. And then I feel like there was at least one more. Of course, there's it's all on Moxfield, it's all on YouTube, the Twitch VODs. If you're missing stuff, I thought that this deck is probably pretty good. I don't know if it was a big standout, but I kind of like this as like Ruby Storm that could play through like it's just like mid range Storm. Okay. Playing against Magical specifically, he only ever plays blue-red decks. I don't think I'm gonna need my Flamescrolls. Yeah, Jeskai Control's been doing well. I've had more success with the. I've had more success with what's it called? It's all my train of thoughts. These are the ring builds of Jeskai than the wizards builds, but I've also liked blue-red wizards too. S tier, baby. Dude, imagine if Fable the Mirrorbreaker was 2 mana and it gave you a 2/1 first striker in addition to the Shaman. Recommend the blue-red wizard deck with Rapture last week. Yeah, I think that deck was very good. We also trophied with that one. I liked it a lot. So I think I'm not going to play my Guide of Souls. Yeah, sorry. I guess there's kind of no reason to. I could do 2 jump, but the thing is, if they kill my Shaman first, I can't play both. I really want to play the Fable here. I feel like I always like misclick on the send button, and then chat always tells me I didn't say send. Could have been better to maybe discard the Guide of Souls to the Fable so that I can maybe escape it with Phlage next turn. I'd have to draw like another like a fetch land or something though. Enhanced Surveillance. Okay, iteration. Mono black Asmo with Emperor Bones plus Archon of Emeria. You probably mean Archon of Cruelty, right? But yeah, I mean, mono black Reanimator with Archon is something we've done a few times. There's certainly something to it. But I know this card is very slow, Emperor of Bones, and it's like it seems to be likely worse than Persist. And you have to play Thran Vigil in your deck, which doesn't seem very good. I would just rather play Persist over Emperor of Bones, probably. We all know Persist ain't that good a card, I guess. Guess I should keep this amulet. No, I guess I should attack. Get my opponent down to 6. Hey, you block the Raptor? It's another card in my yard for Phlage. They're different cards. Yeah, I know they're different cards, but like in the list that I got shown, like Persist is probably a better card than Emperor Bones, I would think. Could be wrong. I mean, I don't hate that. I don't hate Emperor Bones, but it's not the best card. Was the attack worth it here? I think so, because it just helps me set up a bit better for Phlage next turn. Like the hasted Phlage with Arena of Glory. I know they have the thing. I guess they they do have to attack with the channelers, but if they kill my Fable, I get to do it. I get to get just escaping Phlage even without the Arena, I guess, is lethal too with the amulets. I can tap 2 amulets next turn. I think it was okay. It was kind of a weird attack. Sacred Foundry. Mountain. Oh, you know what? I probably was not supposed to. Yeah, I guess I can. If they counter this, I can still escape the Phlage. Although it kind of looks like now they have Counterspell too. Just Reflection Kill next turn. Well, I think I'm supposed to copy the... Because they're a Breach combo deck. And I think I need to go copy Shaman, attack with both, escape Phlage. And my opponent concedes. Nice. Sometimes it's easy. So against the Breach combo stuff, I'm wanting to play Sanctifiers, maybe Vexing Bauble, maybe her, some combination of the stuff. Maybe Harsh Mentor. Probably not the Celebrant. Although Celebrant is good against Breach. It's kind of not a great hit off Raptor. Yeah, I think maybe not the Sanctifier so that Phlage can be a good card in this matchup still. And let's play no Static Prisons either. And so we have Hearse, Vexing Bauble. I think I could just play Harsh Mentors. They're good against Clue tokens. They're good against Fetchlands cracking. They're good against the Breach Bauble combo. Has Flamescroll done anything? No, of course we just don't play against Ruby or Nadu. But I mean, to some extent, the proof of concept with this deck is like Boros is really good at winning the grindy decks, and so like it's just kind of okay to have a mediocre 2-drop game 1 because you just board them out, and then you still outgrind everything even with the Flamescrolls. But just like didn't play against Ruby Storm or Nadu. Very classic. How do you with Nadu Ruby Storm? You were main decking Flamescroll Celebrant is kind of the big thing. We have some extra sideboard cards too. Yeah, I think the card's pretty cute. It's it's probably not like you're probably not picking this deck for the showcase tomorrow still, or you're still probably not playing this at the PT. But we're probably gonna 4-1 this league. We're ahead at least at the moment. Keep this one. Wouldn't 4 Phlage be better? I feel like I always want it. So you always do want to draw 1 Phlage. You almost never, or you usually don't, I guess, want to draw 2 Phlages. So I think that 3 is usually the sweet spot. So here's one good way to like maybe visualize it too. If you have 2 copies of Phlage in your opening hand, you are very likely to mulligan. You're very likely to be unhappy with your 7. And Nassif said this really well one time. If you're unhappy to have 2 copies of a card in your opening hand, it should just probably not be a 4 of in your deck. How's Arena Glory been? It's been like pretty relevant to Haste Jegantha. I haven't got to Haste Phlage yet. Why do some risks on the first Phlage in the sideboard? I mean, they probably shouldn't, but I don't know. I mean, it's good against Burn, I guess. I'll keep a land here. I don't know that our opponent's playing Invert Polarity. I think I'm going to slam a Fable. If I knew my opponent had Invert Polarity. Oh, if I knew this was going to resolve. What the freaking heck? No, I'm not qualified for the PT, but I've been talking to a lot of friends who are qualified for it and like chatting about decks and like, I've been doing a lot of that off stream, and so I'm to some extent I'm kind of like prepped for the PT brained because of that. But it isn't really that relevant for the stream, to be honest. Ocelot. Probably gonna Ocelot and escape Phlage here. Who am I cheering on at the PT? I mean, a lot of people. Probably my number one would be my friend Amaz, who has been like just working so hard to qualify for the PT, and then did qualify with that beautiful black white deck, and then the usuals, Jim, Gab, Arnie, Reed, all the most of the CFB guys. But I've just worked with the Moz on like so many tournaments the last couple of years, and then we're both playing mono green devotion for the PTI qualified for Barcelona, and we're both playing our win and ends for the Pro Tour together next to each other. It was like just very intense, and like I made it and he didn't that time, and now I'm just like, and he made it and I didn't this time, and it's just very, I don't know, one of those magic moments, Maybe I should have already discharged the Chandler. So nice to be able to not get combo killed next turn. Should love when your Fable loots are just easy peasy. Grant, thank you for the 26 months. Appreciate ya. See you tonight, buddy. Yeah, we have 2 Arena of Glory in this build, but we have not got to escape our Phlage yet. There's a bot shut on person, Mr. Stream. He's like so much quieter. It's very funny. So keep that on top, and then shame, full of shame in my heart, I cast this Vexing Bauble. Perfectly sequenced. Why not play the ball first in case of subtlety? Now you tell me. I should have. Just trying to him to Turok my opponent, I want to make sure I've got something to do with my mana next turn. Aimless but iteration, yeah. I don't even think it's like super close, to be honest. But yeah, obviously you have to do energy stuff. Maybe get our escape countered. Boros is just so good at these kind of matchups. Like, it's really where it shines. If you can figure out a way for the combo matchups to not be so bad, and maybe Celebrant's a step in the right direction. Three cards in our opponent's hand. Dead Fable. 2 cards in their hand. Then considers. Any Murkies? I mean, we saw Breach instead of Murktide earlier. Do I have enough mana to cast Ajani and Jegantha? I am... Oh, wait, no. I didn't count this Fable. Oh, I said that this, this treasure token I already had in play. Okay, still one short. Why is Phlage so much better suddenly than Kroxa? I mean, it's better suddenly because suddenly it's legal in the format. But Phlage always deals 3. Kroxa does not always deal 3. Phlage impacts the board. Kroxa does not impact the board. Phlage is in better colors than Kroxa for the most part, although there's, some nuance to that for sure. And Phlage is also gains life, which is very good on get your top end cards. Your top end cards getting your life lets you go later, which is awesome. I think one of Jegantha instead of Ajani here, so you can double spell next turn more easily. So I'm gonna lose my Phlage. But yeah, it's better suddenly because it is legal now, and Kroxa was not legal previously. It's pretty tempting to crack the Vexing Bauble. I'm just gonna not, though. Phlage don't want to be insane, yeah. Yeah, I mean, my opponent, they're dead if they draw Murktide, Counterspell, Unholy Heat, Lightning Bolt, Dragon Rage's Channeler, Subtlety, So probably don't need, but I could lose to them comboing with Breach maybe. So let's just keep the Vexing Bauble. Although I would maybe still be able to still die possibly. Okay, so 4-1 with Boros. That was our best result with Boros, I think. Maybe not, besides the paper playtesting. Okay, but let's pivot over to some Fair Nadu. I think. We playtested this deck against Young Dingo and paper.